Hello.
Hey.
Happy Sunday.
Sunday.
It's Drippin Gems in the building. Hey. How was your weekend?
My weekend was almost over.
Where does it go? Work go by toward speed.
I'm telling you.
Man.
I feel like you live at work.
Man, well, I hope everyone out there in YouTube land had a great weekend. Safe. Everybody's safe. Everybody's still kicking.
Warm.
Hey. Man, because it's a little chilly here.
Yes.
My homegirl in the A living in that 76-degree weather. Somebody, it's a beautiful day. And I'm like, we out here in rain boots.
Ew.
Where they do it at? But that's okay. It's all right. Boots and sweaters. I'm all right with it. Good fashion. Good fashion.
Good with it.
Yeah, I ain't do nothing today but some cleaning.
I'm telling you, this chick right here, one thing I know is that her house is always going to be clean.
Yeah.
Because she's always cleaning.
Yeah.
Even when I be like, what did you clean?
Hey, listen. You can't come to the set. And the set looking dusty. We can't be doing that.
I'm just saying.
We've had enough of that.
I'm talking about
and getting invited to the crib.
The crib be clean. You could eat off the floor, walk around with no socks on.
Not with Max around. Not with Max around.
I forget about that.
Yeah, you know, not with Max around. The dog, he's a straight savage. That's why we gotta switch. We gotta keep it clean because he's a straight savage. Anybody want him? Don't tell nobody in the house. I'm trying to do it. Anybody want him? I don't do dogs.
Not that.
From afar. They cute. You know, from male bulldog, but I don't want no pets.
I love my pets.
Hey, so while I was cleaning, I was able to check out a few albums, some good listens, kept my vibe up. What about you?
That helps out, definitely. Yes, this weekend and the last 2 weekends, it's been a lot of really good music coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, all summer we've been pretty much in a music drought.
Kind of dry. I guess Kanye dropped about 7, but everybody's upset with Kanye.
And I didn't listen to not one song.
Oh, he's sorry. A gem. Once again, let's rap our love. He's a gem.
We don't rap love, but
freedom of speech.
Yeah,
freedom of feeling.
I cannot listen to that at all.
Listens.
No,
yeah,
but yeah, we just been listening to some music because you know, not saying I worn out Nicki, but yeah, we've listened to Nicki.
Yes,
pretty
she
much
held us
for
down.
Me, that's the only thing that I've listened to.
Definitely kept us in good form.
Yes.
Yes.
Since August.
Trying to get an LLC right now.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, Nikki, for the motivation.
Coming soon.
Yes.
Check out the page. But yeah, so one of the albums I listened to this past weekend was Ella Mai. Self-titled.
Okay.
And it's definitely grown and sexy.
Okay, that was one album that I missed, but as soon as you leave, I'm gonna get that in.
Yes, because I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it a 9, and this is coming from somebody who doesn't really do R&B. My R&B perspective stops at Chris Brown, and I know that's pretty sad. but I love Chris Brown.
Hey, and that is nothing sad about that.
Nah, but I mean, I ain't like on like Jill Scott, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But she is actually on my level. Okay. She had a few good songs. And one thing that I like about her is that you can definitely tell that who her producer is. Her producer is DJ Mustard.
Okay.
And he sampled a few songs. Like he sampled Kaya's song, My Neck and My Back. And
that took me back to college days.
Yes, and then he also sampled, I don't have the song, but he also sampled a Drake song. Which I like the fact that I had to listen to it a few times to even realize that it was even sampled. Because I was like, it sounds like something I've heard before. And then I realized that's exactly what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, but few good songs she had. On It. We all know about Trip. The song Gut Feeling. And then she had a song at the very end. It was a bonus track called Naked that was just summed it all up.
My favorite way to be.
But right. Yeah. But yeah, she did her thing. She did her thing in her album. It's definitely something you want to give a listen to because this is her first single. And it's a good vibe.
Okay. And you was also telling me how she label like named her song, so it was like each song.
Yeah, each song starts with, she'll say like spell out her name, and then she'll have like a word that goes with the letter. So like E was emotional, and then it went with the song that she was singing. So it allowed me to also get to know her personally, and or not.
Has anybody ever done that before? I think that was pretty dope.
I think there's people that have done it, but I really like that, and I also like the fact that because it was her first single, she only had maybe 3 or 4 people to feature on her album.
Okay, so you got to really know her.
Yeah, you really got to hear her vocals and what she could do.
Okay,
so, definitely was something I really was feeling.
Okay, yes, for the 9.
Yeah, a 9, yes.
Congratulations, ma'am. Okay, one of my this is not actually an album, but it's a EP. It's from Usher, and it's called A, and it's produced by Zaytoven. And the songs that stuck out for me, my top 3, because I liked all of the songs. Like when I was cleaning today, should have seen me. I thought I was in the video. I'm twerking, cleaning the tub on the wall. Yes, I was bopping. It was definitely a good listen. It made me just, I can't wait until tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the vibe that it was giving me. Some songs that stuck out for me, which I know you would like, Stay at Home, featuring Future, and Peace. I think it's called Peace Sign, and Birthday were some of my top that I love to listen to. But I like the whole vibe, like that when he was like, "Get your legs open like a peace sign." I'm like, yes.
Usher.
Yes. My takeaway from this is just I want people to really go in like and listen to this and give it a chance. Like I know that he's been going through some controversy. Not even this year, but maybe like last year. A lot of people had a lot to say about him, and I'm not even going to go into detail. What it is. But nobody's perfect, and I just think we need to start protecting our Black legends and their art. Okay, like regardless of what their personal life is, what art have they brought to the table?
Because we all have
good memories. Look at me being famous, honey. I'd have been on a couple. Look, if I was famous, be a couple of headlines. some tabloid ready moves I done made. Okay,
so just calm down. Everybody's human.
Yes, but really give that a listen. I hope that he has some music coming in later on in 2018. We're in about the 4th quarter, or early 2019. I'm here for it. He can even get that crack in, so around that birthday time, we be breaking something. Okay. Yes.
So what did you give Usher's album?
I gave it a 9.5. Ooh. And it's like, how can you give a 9.5 to something that only had 8 songs? But yes.
But I mean, that says a lot. If you can do that in 8 songs, that actually means so much more than having 20 songs.
Yeah.
And, so 8 songs, you got me.
Yeah.
You didn't have to put in a whole lot of work.
You did good. So, I'm looking forward to some more music, Usher, and happy birthday, by the way.
Shout out to the Libras.
Okay, what's up next?
Okay, so the other album that I just recently listened to was T.I. He came out with this album called Dime Trap.
Okay, yep. That was a pretty good listen.
And we'll let y'all hear a little bit of his. Okay. This is Wraith featuring Yo Gotti. Okay. So I'm not really a big T.I. fan. I listened to his first 2 albums, but I've always just his singles, his things that were on the radio, were songs that are most memorable for me. So I was like, okay, let me give T.I. a chance. He's been heavily in the news with just all kind of stuff that's going on, political wise.
Fight power.
Yes, he's doing his thing. And I appreciate him being very vocal for us. So I was curious to see what he had in his album. And I will say that he is on his grown man tip. The only thing that was a little confusing for me was just the Dime Trap, because I didn't feel that it was all trap. I felt like it was giving me good messages for life itself.
Okay.
Did you listen to it, right?
Yeah, I listened to the whole album, And I get what you're saying. Like when you name an album Dime Trap, you're probably expecting to feel like you want to bust a gun out every chance or shoot a little, crap,
or just bop.
A bop, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You think you feel like you're on the block or whatever, I guess. But it was, those songs were definitely in there. But I also just feel like, even with his advice that he gives, he always, even though it'd be good advice and you could tell he's on his grown man, I always just get that trap mentality from him. Like, he had an interview on The Breakfast Club and he still rocks his rubber band. He still rocks his rubber band. Like, his whole mentality is that even though he's on his grown man, I feel like he said it best in one of his interviews. Like, he is definitely that man that'll probably, you know what I'm saying, like, check you, take your girl, protest at the rally, and then, you know what I'm saying, kick it with the fam. And he's all of that. Right. He's all of that. So, and he stays true to that. I got to give him his prop that he's like very versatile. He's, he ain't just stuck in one category. He can give you different facets, you know what I'm saying, of his life and his personality and who he is. He doesn't feel like because he's at a rally that he can't go down to the hood and kick it with at the trap spot. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I get it. He probably could have named it something else. I get what you're saying. But then not knowing him personally, but just listening to interviews and just seeing his personality, I feel like he probably could have named it anything related to any of his personality and been able to kind of rock with it.
Right. Yeah, because I even think about 2 Chainz when he came out with the album Pretty Girls Love Trap Music. And it was like, he even still had like a grown vibe to his album, but every song was like, oh. So, I don't know. Like I said, I ain't no music expert or anything like that.
But you know what you like.
It's just, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, what were some songs that you liked on his album?
Okay, because I liked a few, but I'm just going to do 3 because sometimes I can do too much and be like, okay, so you like half the album. So, something that stuck out to me was More and More featuring Jeezy. I felt like anytime you get Jeezy, I felt like he's the ad-lib king. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then his rapping, like, I just love his vibe, and I like they vibe together on that song. It was a good bop. Big Old Drip, I like that. And Pray For Me featuring YFN Lucci. I like that. And it was a pretty, it wasn't like on that trap rap, so of course Pray For Me. But I like that. It had a good, good vibe to it and a good message behind it. So those were my picks for the album, and I gave it a 7.
Okay. And I like At Least I Know, Hefe, and The Weeknd, and I'll give it a 7 as well.
And I like those songs too.
And you like those songs too, is what you said. And 7 is, to most people, may seem a little low. It's only a 7 just because, it wasn't, like I said, it's some music that I can listen to, but at the same time, like, I didn't like adding. For me, if I don't add your music to my playlist, then if I heard it. Yeah,
make the cut.
Just beat around the bush. Didn't make the cut.
And that's okay, because sometimes it also depends on like where you're at right now. Like you might come back later and be like, what, this song is speaking something to me. Let me add this over here because he was talking about something that's pertaining to what's going on right now with me. So yeah. What's up next?
So right now we got Quavo. Quavo's playing. This is his biggest alley-oop. It's my favorite song on the album. I still want to twerk.
Hey.
Twerk in the seat.
Hey, I know that seat happy. Hey. Okay. For me, of course, I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't bop to the music. Like, while I was cleaning, I seen that leg kind of shaking a little bit. But it was just kind of like, and to be honest, for me to say that, I ain't never really listened to a whole Migos album. But from what I've heard of Migos, like some of the albums, it just seemed like an extended version. Yeah. Which I guess might be right on track because he is a part of the Migos. But I guess maybe I was hoping that since they're doing solo projects, that it would show a different sound or something that made him stand out from the group. Like, I felt like, did we really need this album? Was it needed for the culture?
I
this solo album.
Yeah.
We could use another Migos album, but I'm like, just the way it was a vibe. Nothing stood out for me. Only thing that stood out, I guess, was the Huncho Dreams, and that's just because I ain't even messy, but my nosy ass was just trying to catch the tea with that. And it wasn't even like he did it like Nicki and Biggie. It was like he focused definitely on Nicki. So I was just trying to figure out if that's true or if it's not. Who cares? You know, who cares if they did or they didn't? I mean, so ain't no women out here taking down no young men, and he ain't broke.
And I love how he had a good on Huncho Dreams. I like how he had a good play on words, because he even put Safari in it. You know, he added a whole little.
And wasn't he loved it? Did anybody catch him on the gram? Because somebody said his name. Sit your corny ass down. He be killing me sometimes. Just can't wait for somebody to name drop.
He get excited about it.
Don't he? Like somebody said Safari. I'm like, honey, I think he was talking about Safari, like the jungle safari. But however you want to get in and feel.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I do agree with you that I didn't feel like it was anything different from Migos album, and I felt like a lot of the music sounded the same. Because when I listened to it, like, you know, I would get hyped and pumped, and then by the time I got toward the end, I was like, okay, I feel like I heard the same song. And
like you done heard an hour-long song. You're like, now how long was the song? You done just pulled R. Kelly.
Right.
And yeah, so it wasn't a bad album for me. It was just, I felt like, was it needed if it wasn't gonna, I would just like when they're gonna do solo projects, I just would want something different from the formula of the Migos. I want to see.
Show us your individuality.
Yeah, and if it's not, then keep it in the group.
Man.
I'm excited about Takeoff's album, though, because I like the person that's quiet and not always. He's coming out with an album. That's why he wasn't at the American Music Awards, they say. Because he's working on an album, and I like the person that is low key and mysterious. Yeah, he might be messing with somebody in the industry, but I bet he won't be making no Takeoff dreams. Just saying.
Takeoff dreams.
That's a topic for another day. Do we kiss and tell? We're gonna
talk about that. What did you give?
I gave it a 5.
Okay. Oh, you gave it a 5?
I gave it a 5.
The one that gives the hardest sprint rating.
I gave it a 5 because nothing stood out. And I felt like you kissing and telling if something was to tell. And I felt like that's petty. But then I really gave it a 5 because nothing stood out. And not saying that I couldn't bop to it. Like if I had my drink and I was like, yeah, I could definitely bop to it. But I don't think I learned anything from it.
Yeah. But I don't think
every music don't have to learn something from me.
And I feel like Migos is just Migos and Future and all of them. They all have the same sound. It's all mumbo rap. And
Future, I have to listen to his albums like a couple. I'm like, I ain't even gonna be able to do it because I don't know what he's talking about. I just let me catch it in such a vibe. Like, but it's a good vibe. Get beat up.
It's all fun and games.
Throwing some liminals over, winking, get beat up. You gonna be winking for real? Then I'm gonna be like, yeah.
It's all fun.
I'm just playing.
Okay.
You ready to get a text? What you talking about? What you talking about with us?
Okay, last but not least.
Oh, hold on.
Lil Wayne.
Hold on, we still got.
Yeah, we still got another.
We didn't talk about Tokyo. Also, so we can do Lil Wayne and then Tokyo Jetz.
Okay. So
we got we got to get the women in there.
Okay, so Lil Wayne, he came out with the Carter 5.
Highly anticipated. A lot of things going on. You know, it's out of his control. So I'm glad. I just want to say big up to Lil Wayne.
Yeah. A lot going on.
You now are full. You got full ownership over Young Money. It's not split with Cash Money. So I say, hey, get your paper. Well deserved. I felt like when everybody left, you kind of was the breadwinner for that whole team because you putting that music out there. And if you had left, I don't think Birdman could have stood that on his own.
No money.
Amen. So I just want to say big up to that for your fight and learning from lessons and things like that. What was your favorites? I loved Uproar.
I like Let It Fly. Man, I like so many
songs on here. Uproar, Mona Lisa with Kendrick Lamar, Famous with Reginae. Shout out to Reginae. She really sounded really nice on that album, and I love the father-daughter thing. That's always a memory. Dark Side of the Moon with Nicki Minaj. That's a funny story with that. She said that Mac Main, who was a producer on that, told Wayne, and I remember on his Crown interview, he said that Nicki sent in the song. Well, Nicki wanted wanted to rap because she felt like the fans would want to hear her rap. So Mac Main wanted to do this song. So he told Wayne Nicki wanted to do this song with him and told Nicki that Wayne wanted to do this song. And that's how he got them both to do this record. But I thought it was good. I thought it was a different vibe. And that's what I also like about Nicki. That, you know, she raps, she could sing, she writes whole songs, write slow songs. Like, so very talented. And I was there for that. And start this shit off right, featuring Ashanti and Mac Main. And some of these songs were made like when Carter 5 was supposed to come out.
Yeah.
So I like how his music was still kind of relevant.
Yeah. And because I know a lot of people was like, it's weak, it's not him. I'm like,
it is him. People ain't gonna say the same.
It is him. It's all him. You got to listen to it with your good ear.
Yeah, you can listen to it one time, and
it's not about this beat. You got to listen to what he's on her saying.
Exactly.
I did a few songs. I did hear. I wouldn't say I heard Drake because more I hear Drake in him, but it did kind of give me some vibes of Drake. Well, so you could tell who I was in the studio at the time. But again, this album has been in the making for I don't know how long.
So I'm just happy for him. So just for that, you know.
Yeah.
I said a 9, and then she said she's a hard because I keep on changing my thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9. Like I thought it was a good.
I give it an 8, and like I say, 8 is good. It's good. It's definitely a listen that you should give. So
yeah. Last but not least, let's leave it off with a lady. You know what I'm saying? Her name is Tokyo Jetz. She's a fairly new artist. I think she popped off of Instagram, and I just remember seeing like in the little search thing her videos come up of her rapping in her car, and I would be like, damn, this is bop. And I guess T.I. caught wind of that, so she's T.I.'s new artist, and her new album is called Bonafide. And so she has a couple of features on there, and the songs I like from that is No Problem. I like the original version, and then she also has a remix or a femix, you know, with Trina. And shout out to Trina, I want to say, because I've seen a lot of things where a lot of female rappers are really, you know, shouting her out, and I feel like she was a good, positive person. Like, she really didn't have a lot of beefs. And when you have that, you always have good energy coming back. It was only one person I felt like they had an issue with her. But other than that, I always didn't hear nothing but positive things about her. She got a song called 1000 featuring T.I. and Trey Songz. And also a song called Baller Alert with Cash Doll. So I liked how they're both coming. Not Cash Doll's not new, but she had some things going on with her contract and stuff. So I like how they linked up. Too. Yeah, she got a mixtape, and a mixtape, and I love that. But I'm waiting to hear her album. I think she's a dope artist and seems like she's real positive. Yeah. And you know,
the ladies is doing that thing.
Yes.
It's about time.
Amen. So that wraps it up for me on these album reviews and all this new music coming out for the fall. I'm looking forward to new music. You have anything else you want to add?
No, just the ones I hadn't heard Usher. I don't have Tidal. So if you don't have Tidal, then you're gonna have to wait till it gets over to where you can listen to it. And I never heard of Tokyo Jetz, so definitely going to give it a
her thing is on Tidal, but I think you can also pull it up on YouTube, and you can pull up some other songs of hers, and I think she got a good flow. Listen to a couple of her interviews, and I like her vibe. Like, she's trying not to really get into the beef. She's like me. I feel like, you know, if you don't think you the baddest bitch, or you know you the top, not like who else is. I feel like everybody should feel that way, and nobody should be feeling salty about none of that. And that's male, female, in your regular job or whatever. I feel like you should always feel like you're that upper echelon. You know, if you think that way about yourself, then you know
you need to be a baddie. Just do it. Hey, just claim it. Claim it. I'm just cracking up because Nicki is going in on Twitter.
Right now, Nicki Minaj, what is going on? Hold on, this is live right here. What's going on?
I got her. I've been trying to be
discreet, but my girl be over here today.
My notifications have been going on.
What is going on? Because I try to do the Twitter thing and I ain't with it. I don't understand it.
Nicki we'll have to tune in later with that.
Oh God, I can't wait for that tea.
Nicki been going in.
Yes.
Just going. She be posting crazy.
Yeah, go in, Nicki. I don't have. my thing is, I have no problem with anybody just speaking their mind. I feel like that's what's going on. Everybody wants to say our people are going crazy. They having mental breakdowns. And I feel like that's nothing to play with. And just because you don't agree with something or you don't like how somebody says something, that does not mean they're having a breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they saying has nothing to do with you. And that's the thing. Yeah. I want to get after Kanye, Nicki Minaj. Like, I feel like anytime somebody doesn't agree with how somebody says something, and especially our people, they're on drugs, they're having mental breakdowns. No. You just don't agree with what he say. And you can't tell him what to do. I'm not saying I agree with everything he does say.
I do feel like Kanye is mentally unstable. Now, as far as having a mental breakdown, I don't know if that is what happened this past weekend. Mm-hmm. But he's even said he's had a mental.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, anytime somebody says something and when he feels like he's in a good space, everybody, because he has done something that, you know, people, the public don't like, or us as a people, supposedly as a group, is not supposed to like. It's like, oh, he's having a breakdown. Oh, something's wrong with him.
And even if he says something, that don't mean that you gotta be persuaded. You need to have your own mind and think for yourself.
And I'm gonna say this, because somebody told me I was an immigrant. When I made a comment, they was like, oh, you must be an immigrant. I said, I guess we all are, in a sense, okay, unless you're Native American.
Unless you was with Columbus.
And I think he was an immigrant, okay? Unless you were Native American.
Right. Let me clear that up.
Unless you were Native American. I said, so I guess we all are in a sense. So I'm going to say this. You can agree to disagree. And I just feel like everybody has a right to their own opinion. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. As citizens of this country, we all have the right to have a conversation with people in Congress or our leaders up in the White House, you know, our so-called leader, however. Mm-hmm. You all have that right. But if you have the right not to say something, you can't knock the person that is going to go say something and talk about the issues that are important to them. You can't get mad because you could go talk about what's important to you.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to do it because you just don't want to talk to them, like, it's cool to talk to people that you get along with and that you like and that you feel like is going to push your agenda. But I think it's just as important to have conversation with people that might not think like you think or agree with what you agree on, and sit down and have conversations with them to get them to see maybe your side. And maybe they won't, maybe they will. But what I can say about Kanye is, number one, he is not allowing nobody to bully him. He has apologized for how people might feel, but he has standing in his truth. You don't know what God has told you. Like, if he says that, I can't negate that. I can't sit up here and say, no, that ain't black. I can't say that. That is his truth. And that's where people need to mind their business and push your agenda. And if you're not gonna do it, I say, shut the hell up. That's all I gotta say. I don't agree with everything he does.
Definitely. And even if you don't agree with what he says and you feel like he's persuading the president or so, then you need to speak up. Mm-hmm. Because putting messages on Instagram ain't gonna do nothing.
It definitely is not gonna do nothing, and using all the big words against him.
And say what you need to say, or you need to just run, or you need to encourage people to vote for the people who are going to be the ones who's going to be in the White House making these decisions. But
and and if he was about himself, he know that this is hurting his brand, and people are going against him. He knows it's hurting his brand, but he is still standing in what he believes in, and for that, I can't do nothing but respect the man. Because he's not letting what his fans or his friends in the industry feel about him change what he does. And through his rant and through him cussing in the Oval Office and all of that type of stuff, through all of that, he didn't have bad points. I'm just saying. Well, alrighty. That's all right. I don't even know how we got on that. Don't even get me started, honey.
We almost at 30 minutes.
Yes, we are. Hey, but everybody else doing hours. So we're going to get up for one day where everybody won't tune in all the 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But no. Y'all have a good day.
All right. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Please. And share.
Yes. I took my time out to
set designer to the resume. Okay? If you need your set design, Diamondpieces got you.
Through, but yes. hit us up on our YouTube, Diamondpieces, DenishaRhea, and our Instagram, Diamondpieces and DenishaRhea.
Yes.
And we will be back with
yes, set design, entrepreneur up in here. Yes.
And who's our drink for today?
Oh. Yes. It is. I'm sorry, we got a little thirsty. This is Reggae Blush.
It's really good.
It is really good. This is a sipper.
Hey, guzzles.
You say guzzles. I love it. Alrighty. See you later.
Bye.